Hello everyone, and welcome back.
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, everyone. It is lovely to have you here with us.
Ron, I have been thinking about my future again.
That sounds productive.
It was productive for about 5 minutes.
What happened after 5 minutes?
I opened my notebook, wrote my future career at the top, and then stared at the page.
That is still a beginning.
Then I made coffee.
Also reasonable.
Then I looked out of the window because the rain was beautiful.
Very peaceful.
Then I checked my phone and somehow ended up watching a man build a swimming pool for his pet duck.
And did the duck offer any useful career advice?
Not directly. But the duck looked calm, confident, and financially secure.
3 qualities many people would like to have.
Exactly.
So today, we are talking about a question that often creates both excitement and anxiety.
What skills do you need for your future career?
It is an important question because the workplace is constantly changing.
New technology appears. Industries develop. Some jobs disappear, while completely new roles are created.
Which means preparing for the future is not only about choosing one job title.
It is also about building skills that remain useful in different situations.
Precisely. Some skills are technical. Others are human skills, such as communication, judgment, adaptability, and emotional awareness.
I like the term human skills.
So do I. People sometimes call them soft skills, but there is nothing soft about handling conflict, leading a team, or staying calm under pressure.
That is so true. Those things can be extremely difficult.
And extremely valuable.
So where should we begin?
Let us start with communication, because almost every career depends on it.
Even careers where people work alone?
Yes, you may work independently, but you still need to explain your ideas, write clearly, understand instructions, or present your work.
I think many people confuse communication with being talkative.
They do. But speaking a lot does not necessarily mean communicating well.
I feel personally attacked.
I was speaking in general terms.
Of course you were.
Good communication means being clear, relevant, and aware of the other person.
So it is not only about what I want to say.
Exactly. It is also about what the other person needs to understand.
Can you give us a workplace example?
Imagine your manager asks you to complete a report by the end of the week, but the instructions are vague.
I might be tempted to smile, nod, and hope everything becomes clear later.
A common strategy, but not a very effective one.
What could I say instead?
You could say, before I begin, could we clarify the main objective?
That sounds confident and professional.
Or, let me make sure I have understood the priorities correctly.
That phrase is useful because it does not sound like I was not listening.
Right. It shows that you care about doing the task properly.
Good communication can prevent a lot of unnecessary work.
Absolutely. It can also prevent unnecessary conflict.
Conflict often begins with assumptions.
Yes. One person assumes the other person understood. Another assumes the deadline is flexible. Someone else assumes silence means agreement.
And suddenly everyone is frustrated.
Which is why clear questions are so valuable.
What about listening? I feel like listening is often overlooked.
It is. Listening is not simply remaining quiet while someone else speaks.
It is giving them real attention.
Exactly. Active listening involves noticing their words, tone, and concerns.
Sometimes people ask for advice, but sometimes they only want to feel heard.
That is an important distinction.
A useful question could be, would you like my opinion, or would you prefer me to listen?
That is an excellent question. It shows emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence is another future career skill, right?
Definitely. It means understanding your own emotions and responding thoughtfully to the emotions of others.
That sounds simple until someone sends you an annoying email at 4:30 on a Friday afternoon.
Then it becomes advanced emotional intelligence.
Exactly.
Emotional intelligence helps you pause before reacting.
I once wrote a very angry reply to a message.
Did you send it?
Thankfully, no. I walked away, made tea, and read it again 20 minutes later.
How did it look then?
Like it had been written by a tired lawyer in a television drama.
Very dramatic?
Extremely dramatic. I deleted most of it.
That pause probably protected the relationship.
Yes. It reminded me that my first reaction did not need to become my final response.
That is a powerful skill.
So emotional control does not mean ignoring your feelings.
No, it means recognizing them without allowing them to control every decision.
I think that is especially important in leadership.
It is. People often imagine leadership as giving instructions.
But good leaders also listen, support, and create a sense of safety.
Exactly. Leadership is not only a job title. You can show leadership in any position.
How?
By taking responsibility, helping others, communicating honestly, and staying dependable.
Dependable means people can trust you to do what you said you would do.
Correct.
That sounds less glamorous than giving a big speech, but probably more useful.
Much more useful. A reliable colleague quietly improves the whole team.
Let us talk about teamwork.
Teamwork is essential because modern work is highly connected.
Even people who work remotely are still part of meetings, group chats, and shared projects.
Yes, and strong teamwork requires more than being friendly.
You also need to contribute.
You need to do your share, communicate early, and support common goals.
What if you disagree with the team?
Disagreement can be healthy if it is respectful.
So I should not say, that is the worst idea I have ever heard.
I would avoid that.
Even if it is true?
Especially then.
Fair enough.
You could say, I understand the reasoning, but I am concerned about the timing.
That focuses on the issue, not the person.
Exactly. Another useful phrase is, could we explore an alternative?
That sounds open rather than aggressive.
Good teamwork depends on the ability to challenge ideas without damaging relationships.
That is a sophisticated skill.
It is. And it becomes even more important in international teams, where people may have different communication styles.
Some cultures are very direct.
Others communicate more indirectly.
So we need cultural awareness too.
Yes, cultural awareness means recognizing that your normal way of speaking is not the only normal way.
I like that.
It encourages curiosity rather than judgment.
Instead of thinking, why are they behaving strangely? We can ask, could there be a cultural reason?
Precisely.
If you are enjoying this conversation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment the word growth.
Comment growth and tell us which career skill you would most like to develop.
Maybe communication.
Maybe leadership.
Maybe emotional intelligence.
Or perhaps the ability to close social media before losing 40 minutes.
That skill deserves its own university degree.
You could be the first student.
I would probably miss the first class because I was scrolling.
Let us move on to problem solving.
Every job seems to require problem solving.
Because every job involves uncertainty.
A customer changes their mind. A deadline moves. A system fails. A plan stops working.
A strong problem solver does not panic or immediately blame someone.
They become curious about the problem.
Exactly. They ask, what is actually happening?
Not, why is my life falling apart?
That question is less practical.
But emotionally realistic.
Very realistic.
What other questions help?
What do we know? What are we assuming? What options do we have? And what is the smallest useful action we can take?
I really like the last one.
Large problems often make us feel powerless.
But one useful action gives us momentum.
Yes, momentum means movement that makes further progress easier.
For example, if I feel overwhelmed by a job application, I do not have to finish everything at once.
You could begin by updating one section of your resume.
Then review the job description.
Then prepare one example of your experience.
Breaking the task down makes it feel manageable.
Exactly. Break it down is a useful phrasal verb. It means divide something complex into smaller parts.
That works for career goals, English learning, and even cleaning my apartment.
Especially your apartment.
I knew you would say that.
Another important skill is adaptability.
I think adaptability has become essential.
It has. The tools we use, the way teams work, and the skills employers value can change quickly.
But change can feel uncomfortable.
Of course. Familiar routines give us a sense of control.
I remember when my workplace introduced a new system. I felt completely lost.
What was the hardest part?
I was no longer quick. I had been confident with the old system, and suddenly I felt like a beginner.
That can be frustrating.
Very frustrating. I kept thinking, I used to be good at this.
What helped you adjust?
I took notes, asked questions, and practiced every day. After a few weeks, the new system became normal.
That is adaptability. It does not mean enjoying every change.
It means being willing to learn through the discomfort.
Exactly.
A useful phrase might be, I am still getting used to it.
Very natural. Get used to means become familiar or comfortable with something over time.
Another phrase could be, this is outside my comfort zone.
Yes. Your comfort zone is the area where you feel safe and confident.
Growth often happens just outside it.
But not always far outside it.
That is important. We do not need to throw ourselves into panic.
No. Sustainable growth is gradual.
Small challenges can build confidence without exhausting us.
Well said.
We should also discuss digital skills.
Certainly. Almost every career now involves technology in some form.
Does that mean everyone needs to become a programmer?
No. But people should feel comfortable learning new digital tools.
So digital confidence matters more than knowing every piece of software.
Exactly. Tools change. The ability to learn them remains valuable.
We also need to understand the limits of technology.
Very much so. Technology can improve speed, but it does not replace judgment.
For example, an AI tool can produce an answer, but you still need to check whether the answer is correct.
Yes. Critical thinking becomes more important when information is easy to produce.
Critical thinking means examining information instead of accepting it immediately.
Correct. You ask where the information came from, whether the evidence is strong, and what may be missing.
That is useful at work, but also when reading news or scrolling online.
Definitely.
Sometimes a confident answer looks more reliable than it really is.
Which is why confidence and accuracy are not the same thing.
That sentence should be written above every social media app.
It would be useful.
What about creativity? Is that still important when technology can generate ideas?
I think creativity becomes even more important.
Why?
Because creativity is not only producing something new. It is connecting ideas, understanding people, and seeing possibilities others may miss.
So creativity is not limited to artists.
Not at all. An engineer can be creative. A teacher can be creative. A business owner can be creative.
Even someone organizing a difficult work schedule can be creative.
Exactly. Creativity often appears in practical problem solving.
I think curiosity feeds creativity.
Very much. Curious people notice details and ask better questions.
They do not only ask, what is the correct answer?
They also ask, is there another way?
That question can lead to innovation.
Yes, but also to simple improvements in everyday work.
Now I want to discuss confidence because many learners struggle with it.
Confidence is often misunderstood.
People think confidence means never feeling nervous.
But confident people feel nervous too.
They simply do not treat nervousness as a stop sign.
Exactly. They may think, I am uncomfortable, but I can still act.
That reminds me of speaking English.
How so?
Many learners wait until they feel fully ready.
But they may never feel fully ready.
Right. Speaking is part of becoming ready.
Confidence grows through evidence.
Evidence?
Small experiences that prove you can cope.
Like asking one question in a meeting.
Giving a short presentation.
Sending a professional email.
Or continuing after you forget a word.
I once forgot a very simple word during a presentation.
What did you do?
I described the idea in another way.
That is excellent communication.
At the time, I felt embarrassed. Later, I realized nobody cared.
We often imagine our mistakes are more noticeable than they really are.
That is comforting.
Most people are focused on understanding your message, not judging every sentence.
So fluency is partly the ability to continue.
Exactly. You do not need perfect language. You need flexibility.
What I mean is, can be a very useful phrase.
So let me put that another way.
Or, I cannot remember the exact word, but.
Those phrases allow you to stay in the conversation.
That is more realistic than waiting for perfect English.
Much more realistic.
We should talk about failure too.
Yes, career growth almost always includes rejection, mistakes, and uncertainty.
But people usually hide those parts.
They share the promotion, not the 10 unsuccessful applications before it.
So we compare our difficult reality with someone else's polished result.
And then we feel behind.
Have you ever been rejected from a role you really wanted?
Yes, I once reached the final stage of an interview process and felt certain I would receive the offer.
But you did not?
No, they chose someone with more leadership experience.
That must have been painful.
It was. For several days, I questioned whether I was good enough.
I know that feeling. One rejection can suddenly feel like a judgment on your whole future.
Exactly. But one result is not a complete definition of your ability.
What did you do next?
I asked for feedback. Then I started taking on more responsibility in smaller projects.
So you turned a vague disappointment into a specific development plan.
That is a good way to describe it.
Did it help?
Yes. Several months later, I was better prepared for another opportunity.
I like that because the rejection still hurt, but it was not meaningless.
Painful experiences can teach us without becoming romantic or pleasant.
That is important. We do not need to pretend failure feels wonderful.
No, you can be disappointed and still learn.
You can rest and still continue.
You can doubt yourself and still take the next step.
That feels very human.
It is.
Let us give our listeners a practical plan.
Good idea.
What is the first step?
Choose one skill that matters for the career you want.
Be specific.
Exactly. Instead of saying, I want better communication, say, I want to explain my ideas more clearly in meetings.
Or, I want to write more professional emails.
Then identify a small way to practice.
I could prepare one clear point before every meeting.
Or rewrite one email before sending it.
What comes next?
Ask for useful feedback.
We can say, what was clear?
And, what could I improve next time?
Specific questions usually produce better feedback.
Yes. Then review your progress regularly.
Maybe once a week, with a notebook and a cup of tea.
Ask yourself, what feels easier now?
And, where am I still getting stuck?
Get stuck means reach a point where you cannot continue easily.
Then choose the next small adjustment.
Exactly. Career development is an ongoing process, not one dramatic transformation.
I think people often underestimate steady practice.
Because steady practice does not look exciting.
It is not a big announcement.
It is 10 minutes of learning after dinner.
One difficult conversation handled better.
One thoughtful question in a meeting.
One application sent despite fear.
Those small actions slowly change your abilities.
Let us repeat some useful phrases from today.
Let us do it.
Let me make sure I understand.
Let me make sure I understand.
Could we clarify the main objective?
Could we clarify the main objective?
I have run into a problem.
I have run into a problem.
I understand the reasoning, but I have a concern.
I understand the reasoning, but I have a concern.
Could we explore an alternative?
Could we explore an alternative?
What is the smallest useful action I can take?
What is the smallest useful action I can take?
This is outside my comfort zone.
This is outside my comfort zone.
I am still getting used to it.
I am still getting used to it.
Let me put that another way.
Let me put that another way.
What could I improve next time?
What could I improve next time?
I do not feel ready, but I am willing to try.
I do not feel ready, but I am willing to try.
Those phrases are useful not only for work, but also for learning and everyday life.
Today, we talked about communication, teamwork, emotional intelligence, problem solving, adaptability, digital confidence, creativity, and critical thinking.
We also talked about confidence, feedback, and recovering from failure.
It sounds like a lot.
Thankfully, we do not have to master everything by Monday morning.
No. Choose one skill and begin there.
Your career does not need to follow a perfectly straight line.
You may change direction.
You may discover strengths you did not know you had.
You may outgrow a goal that once felt important.
That does not mean you failed.
It may simply mean you learn more about yourself.
I think that is one of the most comforting ideas.
Your future is not a test with only one correct answer.
It is something you build through choices, experiences, mistakes, and courage.
So after this conversation, find a quiet place.
Look out of the window.
Make some tea or coffee.
Open your notebook.
Write down one skill that could strengthen your future.
Then choose one small action you can take today.
Not when you feel perfectly confident.
Not when life becomes completely organized.
Today, with the energy and knowledge you already have.
Small steps may not feel impressive,
But they create lasting change.
Thank you for spending this peaceful time with us.
Thank you for listening, reflecting, and learning with us.
We hope you feel more curious about your future.
And less pressured to have everything figured out.
You are allowed to learn slowly.
You are allowed to change direction.
You are allowed to begin before you feel ready.
Keep building your skills.
Keep asking thoughtful questions.
Keep showing up.
And remember to look away from your phone sometimes.
Did the duck video teach you nothing?
It taught me that every successful career needs a swimming pool.
I am not sure that is the main lesson.
Let me put that another way.
Excellent use of today's phrase.
Goodbye, everyone.
Take care, keep learning, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.